terminology is concerned, is that a lot different, or are there some things that maybe you can translate from the 3-3-5 scheme, or is it just pretty much starting from scratch?
I mean, some of the things we do is just a different name, and but the thing is, the different name we would have in our other defense means something totally different. So you just got to get the terminology right. You just got to get the communication right. The biggest thing is communication right now, because new words, things mean just something different. So you just got to get the communication now.
Can you give? Sorry, go ahead.
It's probably a good thing too. One more linebacker means one more guy's going to be starting, right? Is that something the guys like, or what is everyone talking? What's everyone saying about this scheme? Sure, it would probably seem to be the liking of the linebacker unit, right?
Oh yeah, we love it not only because a lot of linebackers play, but put you in position to make plays. We split up inside backers and outside backers. We're not even like in the same meeting room together, so we learn our specific parts. The outside pretty different from the inside, but it gives a lot of us a different chance to play, a lot of different skill sets that we have to show, like Josh and Tyler Anderson. More speed guys could get to the quarterback. They're playing on the outside, and me, Jared, and feel like that, we're playing on the inside, stop the run. So it's a lot of our skill sets are being put to good use.
So the responsibilities are a lot different, because I know Coach Dunlap's supposed to be working with outside guys, inside guys are obviously Coach Patterson's
the outside
role.
guys have their own position coach and own read. It's not like it's ridiculously different. It's just that it's different than what we're learning.
Right. Going back to the terminology, I know you can't give everything away, obviously, but can you give one example of something that meant something last year and now it means something totally different?
Well, one thing is zone it. It's like when two receivers are set up, there's a zone and call. And last year it meant like something totally different. This year it's like I work off a three, and it's just something that's just. Last year zone it was like for the safeties and the corners. Now this year it's like for the linebackers and the safeties. So it's just different things that like you'd hear like called for like receivers is different now, and just got to get the terminology right.
How difficult is that? I mean, I would imagine you get used to one thing and then to have everything completely scrapped and done over. I mean, that's got to be difficult, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's not that tough for like guys that are obviously our freshmen, or like Jared, who's been here only for a year. Maybe people like Donovan Miles, who've been in the system for like 4 years, and everything is tricky to him. But other than that, it's really not too bad. Like pretty much do the same thing. It's just a matter of terminology.
If you could characterize what this defense is going to look like, what would you say? Do you know yet?
Yeah, we're going to be aggressive. I think if you look at our practices, you can see we're going to get to the ball. We're going to force turnovers, and we don't really know what we're doing yet, but we're still getting to the ball, trying to get the ball out. And this is the type of defense you don't really necessarily need to do. If you get to the ball, cover a lot of things. So that's what I'm really excited about.
Less thinking, more just being aggressive. Is that?
Yeah, a lot of the times I don't even know what I'm doing half the times, and I'm near the ball. So, and he says it's a good job. It's basically just get to the ball, and I respond to my B gap. I'm responsible for it. But other than that, it's get to the ball, and just it's not as much responsibility as last defense. If you make a mistake, you're gutted for like a long touchdown.
Yeah, how much different is it going to be? I mean, it seems like they could be two completely different styles in terms of being aggressive, that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's totally different. The first thing he told us when he brought us in was be patient. And last year's defense, it was as soon as the ball snapped, you have to get down and get into seams. So the way our defensive line is positioned, it takes a lot of stress off of us because linemen aren't getting onto us. We could play more freely and read where the back is going instead of just running into a gap and getting off a block, making a play, which result in big gains.
What do you want to learn by the end of spring practice? I mean, is it just trying to feel comfortable about the scheme and feeling good about it, or is there more to it?
Yeah, I just don't want to have to think about what I'm doing. Right now, I get a call and I'm trying to think like, okay, I do this, or the other linebacker does this. I'm just trying to think about what to do. I'm just trying to learn the base defense to a point where I get the call. I don't even need to really think about what I'm doing. I'm trying to guess what the offense is trying to do instead of worrying about what I'm trying to do.
When we talked to the position coaches last week, they sort of downplayed the significance of the change. You know, they said there's only so many ways a corner can play cover one, cover two. You know, do you feel the same way? Do you feel like it's not going to be that big of a shift, that football's football at the end of the day?
Yeah, coverage is coverage, no matter what type of defense you're in. Maybe some coach would want something a little bit different, but other than that, playing cover two is cover two, no matter if you're in a 4-3, 3-4. It doesn't matter.
Thank you.